You ever have your loader do that? Just raise the bucket a little bit. I don't know what's up. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, if it starts rocking out of control, just raise the bucket. So yeah, welcome back to Out of Ore. I'm underground here, and thanks to a comment from a user, I have found stone. They said they had dug into this mountain kind of how I did, and a little further in they found stone. So sure enough, right back there on the left-hand side is stone. So I'm just kind of cleaning up the other half of this, and then we're going to rebuild the plant up top to be able to take that stone and do stuff with it, which may turn into quite an operation because we need lots of pieces. We need a couple crushers. We need a froth floater. I think the froth floater takes water now. At least it would make sense that it does. So we'll see if we can get that all set up in the space I have. See if we can make it work. We're just doing a little digging here. And you can kind of dig a little bit into the rock, basically at the interface of the ore and the rock. Then to get into the solid rock, you have to blast it with explosives, and then you can scoop up the blasted rock. And then you can make concrete and stuff out of that, just like I was doing by buying the blasted rock. And then from the gravel on the froth floater, we should be able to get some minerals out. Hopefully. Maybe find some lithium or something. Seems like we needed lithium for something. I don't remember what it was now. I think we're kind of lined up. We're almost back to the stone. So I thought I'd do a little dig in here to start. You can see I kind of filled in some blocks so I can back up there and get to the hopper. And hop out here. Let me grab my concrete floor. We should remember your zoom levels. Like that, and then over here we need to go on out. Something like that. Nope, that's not what I need to do. Like that. All right, let's get scooping. Yeah, just raise that bucket a little bit and it'll quit dancing. I'd not ever seen it do that until I was using it today. I don't know if that's something new, or I just had never triggered it before. Yeah, if you drop that down, it'll usually start bouncing. So we've gotten a bunch of copper out here. There's going to be a lot of trucking in my future. So there's that interface. Uh-oh. Stack. Let me out. Let's try this again. There we go. Alright, so if I bring my little metal analyzer up. Solid rock. Copper ore, solid rock. There's kind of an interface there. Sometimes it's super obvious, sometimes it's not. Then I'll put it back where it's supposed to be. So we're getting there, and then I have a little bit of blasted rock in my pocket. I end up sending through. We may have more up top. Because as you dig the ore right at the interface, like I said, it does pick up some rock. Comes through as blasted rock. I think. Yeah, blasted rock. What did that tooltip say? Blast or rip solid rock to get this. Okay. I didn't think the dozer ripper did that anymore, but maybe it still does. Alright, I think maybe one more scoop and we'll kind of have this face exposed. And we need to build a plant to do something with all this blasted rock. We're going to get out of here. Whoa! Alright, let's go ahead and lay out our floor and then we'll head up top. Get some copper off of there. Can I mine rock? This should be solid rock. Oh, you can do it with your pickaxe. Okay. Interesting. All right, let's go build some stuff. But first, we have to tear down a whole bunch of stuff. I guess I'll just send this through. It doesn't. It'll end up in the storage container up top. It doesn't matter. So let that run through, and then we need to go rebuild our plant. See if we can figure out how to get that done. In the space allocated. Basically, this hopper needs to stay where it's at. And these loader conveyors, these elevators need to stay where they're at. Everything else can kind of change if it needs to. So that's what we're going to do. Let me get some stuff out of the way. You go park in my new garage. Another comment had a good idea that I should like back the vehicles up to the retaining wall, and then the other half would be for driving down into the and backing into the spaces. That's a good idea. I need to rearrange everything, but I did like that idea. So thanks for the comments. Keep them coming. All right, the truck can stay there because I don't plan on moving it. I'd like to not move this unless I have to. We'll see how it goes. All right, is everything should be done. Yeah, everything's done running through here, so let's turn everything off. So let's turn this off too for completeness. And then basically I just need to start tearing this down because we're going to have to completely redo it. It is a fact. So I'm going to keep those, and then everything else will be for grabbing things. Better go to first person for some of that. That I want to leave because it's full of stuff. Although I could move this all to the hopper. Go watch it because my inventory's getting full. And I think it still deletes stuff if you grab too much. I don't know for sure. I haven't tested that. It used to delete stuff if you were too full. So we'll leave that in that hopper for now. Turn him off too. I was loading a little bit of iron ore that I had. Alright, you can go bye-bye. Come here. There we go. Some coal here. Get this mine down out of the way. So we can get it kind of somewhat flattish in here. We'll see. I had an idea of how to kind of redo the start of it, and then we'll just have to see if we can make stuff fit. Let's get rid of that. Leave the other stuff in here. Okay, so what I need to do is have a left hand. I'm going to do grid build. No, it's not going to let me put it where I want to put it. So basically I want the trommel like here. Come on. No, one over. I miscalculated. Nope, I miscalculated again. So I want, yeah, I want a left hand there. We need 2 spots. I'll get it eventually. Alright, and then the left comes off of there to go to the wash plant. Now we need to get from here to there. Can we do that? I'm not sure. Let's do an up. Yeah, then we just need a straight, would it be 4 meters? Straight 4 meter. Like that. All right, that'll get us back into the trommel. And the dirt and everything needs to come over here to the wash plant. If I remember right, the wash plant had to go up, and I've got too much crap in here. I've probably already deleted something. We'll offload that. We'll offload that. Need a storage box up here. Oh, I already have a storage box up here. Oh yeah, I forgot I even had that. Cool. I'm not going to use any of that stuff. Probably not the hoppers or chutes. Put the power stuff in there. I don't need the ramps right now. Alright, that gives us some room to work with. So I kind of want to come over to here and then have the wash plant here, maybe? So I need another left. Then will the wash plant fit here? Right, so there's the water. Where's the water hookup? Does it hook up on the... Hooks up on the back. Oh, I don't know that we have... Do we have a water pipe that goes up? I don't think we have an elevator equivalent. Yeah, we don't have the elevator equivalent for the water pipe, unfortunately. I want to leave some room over here for crushers and stuff that's going to spread out all over the place. So let's kind of tentatively plan on having the wash plant here. And we'll see how we get along. Okay, so the dirt pay dirt's going to come out there. It's going to go over to the wash plant, in theory. I need a straight 6, which I don't have. That's fine. Then out of here, we're going to need the coal separator, which I probably deleted. Yeah, looks like I deleted that. Oops. Looks like it still delete stuff if you're too full. Unless it's just here and I'm not seeing it, but I'm not seeing it. So I think I deleted that. So let's go back to production. We're going to need a coal screen, and we're going to need a cone crusher and a froth floater and a jaw crusher. This one takes in, right, so jaw and then cone. Got it. But I want the coal screen to get the coal out. We don't really have enough room to turn there, do we? I'm thinking we're going to have to get rid of all this and redo our loading setup. That's kind of what it's looking like. This may be a long episode because I'm going to be trying to figure this out. And when I edit stuff like that out, some people are like, I wanted to see it. So, well, here you go. You're going to see it. Okay, so let's refresh ourselves on the coal screen. All right, conveyors. Nope, production. Coal screen. The coal comes out the back. Everything else goes through. Got it. Move some of this dirt. And then somehow we need to get the other stuff bent around and through some crushers. So I might go up with an elevator here. Do I have an elevator? I don't think I have an elevator. Yeah, we do. Because the cone crusher and stuff needs to come down, basically. All right, so then we need a right up splitter right. There we go. And then I needed a left. Where was my left? Did I use up my left? I want to forget about our coal coming out. All right, now we need our crushers, and it was jaw, and then jaw crusher, cone crusher, and then a froth floater. So jaw crusher, cone crusher, and then let's take a look at the froth floater. So it does need water, that's what I figured. So we'll get ore out, and we also get everything else out. Okay, interesting. We get tailings. I'm not sure if we can do anything with tailings. Basically, that all just needs to go into storage, I think. Ooh, this thing's huge. So that's not going to work because of the coal there. We'll have to turn back around. Might have to like stack this on top of something. Do-do-do-do. I've got an up. I don't know if that's going to be enough up. Nope. We're building a plant in the sky, basically. Let's go for another elevator. We're going to get ridiculous, and then we'll see what it looks like. All right, cone crusher. Okay, that's only one above this, so that's probably acceptable. And of course, we'll get support structure under this. And it took water somewhere. I think that was on the back side. So we need a water splitter of some kind. We can even get this hooked up. All right, we need a bunch of lefts. We have an offset left. Then I guess we'll have to combine with splitters. Or I don't know. We don't have a lot of room for combining stuff. All right, conveyors left. So I'll get these pointed back that direction. This is a monstrosity. And I don't know that this is even going to work. All right, I had some offsets. Offset left. Or if I could go back over there and come back in with a merger. Let's see. Let's get a left, and then if I put the merger... So the merger comes in from both sides. Oh, I see. I want that to go the other direction. How can I have it go the other direction? This is where we need like an actual rotate key. There, I think that'll work, maybe? Alright, why am I digging like a chump? I've got Dramite. Goes boom boom. And Dramite will delete stuff, which can be handy. Need more Dramite. About 50 of that. I already ran out. Luckily, I'm impervious to explosions. Okay, so we need it up over here. I get another left on that. We have an offset to the right. Offset right. Then we're not going to be down low enough yet. We need to come down. Alright, so that won't work. We need a down... What's a down 8x6 look like? Well, that's a pipe. Never mind. So we just need to come down one, which would be a down 4x4, right? Yeah, then we just need to get over to here. Should be doable. Nope, we need a 6 meter. Need a straight 6 meter. Oh, I apparently already had some of those somewhere. Oh no, we put it there. Never mind. We're good. So you, and then I need a left. Then I need a onesie. Straight 2 meter. Which I already had. You forget what I have. Okay, that is convoluted. It's so hard to get like turned around. I wish there was a better way to do that. The problem with the hoppers and chutes is then you end up with power all over the place. You have to go turn on all the time. And that gets annoying. So we wanted to send all this down to storage. That's the idea. That's all we want to do. Send it down to storage. I also could do separate storages up there, but I kind of want the storage down here with the next to the hopper, kind of like I had it before. All right, we still need to get water to these two. We need to get this down to end up with a wash plant somehow. So we need another merger. I need another left. I have a down 4x4. I have an up 4x4. Let's get it down. All right, so you need to come out to the left. And we don't have enough room for a merger, do we? Nope. Takes up too much space. How about putting another merger in here, but that's not going to work. All right, fair enough. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. If I had a merger that was a different shape, I'd probably make this work. I just have to have multiple storage down here. Because we do have room. Like if I go to storage, and I think I had another storage in the container over here. Grab one of those. I really want to avoid chutes and hoppers. I've been down that road. It's definitely doable, but it's kind of a pain having to turn the power on and off. All right, storage. So we could slap one of you on there. And then you're kind of in the way, so we'd need you to move slightly. If I could get that over, nah, it'd still be clipping on. If it came out over here, we're going to be in the way of dumping in to there. We need more room, but I thought I'd try to shoehorn this in, and we'll see how it goes. Not going great. Need to get back out from under this monstrosity and into a storage container. And I need a... No, left's going to put it right into the tank. So we need a little straight guy. Then maybe a left. And a right, which puts it right into the bottom of that, which is no good. Okay. I'm having second thoughts. Oh, that's an up. I need another down. No, it's going to hit. Of course, then I still have to hook up to here. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like it's getting out of control, and I should probably go off camera and continue to play around for another hour. If I want this to be the loading bay, which I do, I've kind of locked myself into not coming past here. So yeah, let me go fiddle around with this. I've shown enough of my thought process on camera, I think. So let me go play around a little bit, and I'll see if I can come up with a workable solution. Well, I'm not going to say I'm proud of what I've done, but it might work. It's a monster. It really is a monster. I don't even know how much power it's going to draw. I don't know if we have enough power, but it all either goes into this hopper or the tailings and stuff go to the sell point. That's how I've got it set up right now. So let's grab some pay dirt and some dirt and some coal. So might as well throw a little mix of everything in here and some blasted rock. Let's go see if we have enough power to run this. And if it actually works. Oh, I'm stuck. I haven't got any like footings and stuff down yet. I just want to see if it actually works. How much power do you need? Unit load 1942. Remember how much total we have. I think I'm gonna have to yeah, that's only 900. That's only 900, isn't it? So we're gonna need a bigger windmill. Power. What's the big windmill? 1800. One of those. Not too bothered about stuff. Let's get you clipped on. You clipped on. You turned on. So there's 1800, and then can you do this? Is oh, these are only 14. I'm gonna have to redo all my power. Stand by. Okay, 1800 watts worth of wind turbine, 500 watts worth of solar power. Those are both on, so that should be 2400 watts. Should be plenty. Cross fingers and oh, it wasn't as much as it said. Is there something somewhere that's not turned on? This thing was... Yeah, this doesn't need power apparently. Or am I crazy? Yeah, I appear to have water. It's water flowing. Stuff's happening. Things are moving. Conveyors are conveying. Alright, let's throw some stuff in here and see what happens. Get some coal, some iron, some stuff. I need to get like walkways and things built. If we kind of stand up here, we can see most of the badness. Yeah, I see it going into the hopper down there. Guess if we end up with stuff that we should get from the froth floater, we'll know that part worked. Yeah, it's dumping tailings into the cell. Is the money going up? We're at 907. Yeah, it doesn't appear to be selling. Are they disappearing? If they're disappearing, then I guess I'm okay with that. Huh, yeah, I don't know why the sell point's not working, but... What do we got over here? We have stuff. We have silver and aluminum and lithium ore. Nice! So that means the gravels, or the blasted rock's getting broken down. And we're getting stuff. Alright, it is a monstrosity. For sure. I kind of want to run some more stuff. All I've got is dirt. Alright, we'll let that run that through. I need to truck a bunch of stuff down because we're getting pretty full over there. Now there's just a whole lot of decorating and cleaning up and stuff I need to do. Get this kind of somewhat presentable, somewhat plausible looking. So it doesn't look like just complete trash. Some blocks here and there so it kind of looks like it could support itself. And yeah, our loader still will load. The only part it's clipping is that little part right there, but if you just ignore that, it's glorious. It's something. I'm gonna go with glorious. Yeah, this stuff over here, these cleaned up. I don't like dirt clipping through the conveyors and stuff. But I can work on that. So now we're able to process the rock that we're going to get to, the stone. Crush it into various things, and we can start getting some lithium. And I needed lithium for something. It's something I was going to craft, I think, to replace parts on a vehicle, if I remember right. Somebody in the comments will probably remember. Was it the battery or something I needed lithium for? Oh wait, this isn't moving. Oh, that's the loader. Never mind. Loader's not on. Hence it's not moving. It's a little strange that we're not selling stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Weird. I'll have to look into that at some point. Why the sell point's not selling. Just throwing stuff around, and we need stuff under this skybox here. Make it look somewhat plausible that it could be supporting itself. Yeah, the problem with the cell box is it kind of just... everything clips into it. I think the other cell point I just had sitting on the ground. But anywho, like I said, I'm happy with it. I'm not sure if I'm proud of it, but I'm happy. I'm happy with it. It does work. And I'm using the term work. Not in the artistic sense, in the functional sense. And we can still load our truck, I think. Heck yeah. Oh, it's a monster. What have I done? Thanks as always for watching, folks. Keep on digging, and I'll catch you in the next adventure. Take care.